Welcome to the FWOT Show on the Coil Entertainment Network. I'm Rob Steele. That's Jesus Jones in the background, and it's time for your irregularly scheduled program that is most reassuring in its claim that this is the show that lets you know that if it feels as though the world has lost its mind, it's not just you. It has, as evidenced this past weekend by the United States Vice President Mike Pence, who went to the San Francisco 49ers game against the Indianapolis Colts in Indianapolis, where he walked out after some of the Niners knelt during the national anthem, saying he, quote, will not dignify any event that disrespects our soldiers, who approve the protesting, our flag, which is not what this is about, or our national anthem, which is pretty much as boring as a church hymn. Really, Mike? Is that what you're... Yeah, so you wasted how much of our money so you could go protest something during an NFL game when you say people should not be protesting things? Right, gotcha on that. I mean, seriously, how much did we, the taxpayer, spend on him and his wife and whoever he came with and all the Secret Service people? It's speculated that it's somewhere around $250,000. By the way, that picture he tweeted about the game of him and his wife is miraculously the exact same picture he posted from a Colts game that he went to in 2014. Either that or they discovered that Trump's hair is really a rejuvenating cream that wipes away all signs of aging, which just doesn't work on Trump because he looks like crap. Incidentally, and this is just to ask, doesn't Mike Pence look like the kind of guy who'd get lost on his way back from his own mailbox? I'm just asking. He doesn't really look all that bright, has that vacant deer in the headlights look. Anyway, we knew going into this game, those of us who paid attention to the schedule, that he wasn't going to stay for the whole game anyway. He had a 6:30 fundraiser in Los Angeles, the other side of the country, where incidentally he came from in the first place. So he flew across the country to get up and walk out on a game where he knew something was going to happen that he didn't like, so he could go back to LA? Really? As taxpayers, boy, do we really appreciate you wasting our money like that. Gee, thanks. And this is all being done when you have a president who has an approval rating of 32%. Well done, because that's going to make that skyrocket. But then there's Mike Ditka. Yeah, there's a football tie-in. Sure, why not? Mike Ditka is a Hall of Fame football coach who was with the Bears. I'm not going to mention his time with the Saints because, well, look at his time with the Saints. I'll let you do that. He says that there has been no oppression in the last 100 years that I know of, and that kneeling for the Star-Spangled Banner before the game is inappropriate, and that this is not the time or place to invoke the right to protest. Another quote, I'm not condemning anybody or criticizing anybody. Respect the game, play the game. Guess what, Mike? They're playing the game. The national anthem has nothing to do with the game. It doesn't. Apparently we need to have that flag talk again. The United States flag, stars and stripes, Old Glory, whatever you want to call it, is a flag. It is a symbol of the country. Gotcha on that one. But it is an inanimate object. That's it. It isn't magical. Should you respect what it stands for? Sure, why not? But the flag itself? Not particularly, no. I don't respect the flag itself. I respect what the flag stands for. Now, people are going to complain, but Rob, we bury fallen soldiers with the flag. And my response to that is actually no. The flag covers the body and then is folded up nicely and given to the family members of the soldier who died. And that flag, specifically that flag, I respect. I have 2 grandfathers and 2 grandmothers because, I'm human. Anyway, all of them served in World War II. Unfortunately, all of them are gone now, and they were all buried with flags, folded into triangles and given to my dad. I respect those flags, specifically those flags. The one flying out in front of any building in the country, it's a flag. I respect the country it represents. That specific flag deserves no more respect than the flagpole. It's an inanimate object. Respect the country. Now, is this about the flag? All this kneeling at football games? No, it isn't. It has to do, as Colin Kaepernick, who started this whole thing off, says, with police brutality, usually against African Americans. That is what's being protested. It has nothing to do with the flag. Now, another thing, have you seen these people who are protesting the flags who are wearing the flag? Like Kid Rock, who's running for a Senate seat, and he's wearing the American flag like a poncho, which is interesting because one of his campaign slogans is, hey, get rid of all the Mexican immigrants, and that's where ponchos come from, is Hello? Did you think about this? No, obviously not. Or that guy who keeps showing up at NFL games who says, you should respect the flag, and he's wearing an American flag thong. I'd like to be making that up, and I'd like to unsee the picture, and I apologize for the picture I just inadvertently put in your head. But no. How can wearing an American flag thong be more respectful than someone kneeling in protest during the national anthem? You just stuck some of the flag up your own ass. And that's respectful? Really? Are you sure? Now, there are actually rules about what you can do with the U.S. flag. According to usflag.org, because such a site exists, there is flag etiquette that says it should not be used as a decoration on a speaker covering, or bunting, or bed sheets, or toilet paper, or clothing, like your thong. It should never be used for any advertising purposes, including printed on napkins, boxes, cushions. It should not be any part of a costume, or an athletic uniform, or a hat that says, Make America Great Again. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. And it's not supposed to be ever used as clothing unless it is a patch on a military or law enforcement uniform. So until you guys get your straight about what you can and cannot do about the flag, you don't get to say about the people who are kneeling in rightful protest against police brutality against anyone. You don't. So, Mr. Ditka, maybe you should listen to someone who's a bigger legend in the NFL than you are, called Joe Namath, who was also on Fox and Friends, who said they not only have a right to protest what's going on, they have a reason, and that is the best place for them to do it. Now, something else that's going on in this country at about the same time is backlash. People who are protesting the right things and getting crap for it, like the flag, but it's not just the flag kneeling anthem bullshit that's going on. Oh, no. How about the people who are taking an anti-Nazi stance getting protested and backlashed and beaten in some cases? Really? For example, there's a video game that came out recently called Wolfenstein 2. Now, a lot of people are familiar with Castle Wolfenstein. It's a video game that became very popular back in, the early 90s. And the purpose of the game was, hey, you're playing a soldier and you get to kill Nazis. You know what? That's generally considered a good thing. It was based in World War II. So yeah, go kill Nazis. Nazis are bad guys. Go get them. Well, actually, it's kind of spooky how it's coming together this way now, and we may be living Wolfenstein 2 soon. In the game, it is now where the Nazi Party has come to America and is taking over the United States. The slogan for the game is, Make America Nazi-Free Again. That sounds like a good thing. Except people are taking to social media and saying things like, oh wow, what a clever marketing trick, tapping into hysterical leftist power fantasy. So subtly political. Yeah, well, you know what? Wolfenstein 2 did just come out recently, but it's almost exactly the same as Wolfenstein 1. It just has better graphics. So are they really tapping into the current political scheme to sell video games? No. They're doing what they did in the first one, because it's a sequel. That's the way sequels work. And you know what? It's not political. It's a video game. And are you really standing up to protect Nazis that are invading America? Is that what I'm getting out of this? There are other people who say things like, yeah, well, I wasn't about to play a video game about endlessly killing white people anyway. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is more my speed, where apparently you can kill people of all skin colors. I'm trying to figure out if that's how racist that's supposed to be and which direction it goes. I don't understand that. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump and everything to do with playing a video game. That's it. You need a bad guy in a video game. Hey, Nazis make good bad guys, as evidenced by those World War things. And the problem with this is, I don't really see one either. Nor do I see a problem with the actress Rose McGowan. Now, granted, I'm not a big fan. I've seen her in a few things and I've gone, ooh, you were in that movie? I'm sorry. I guess you needed the money? Is that what that is? Anyway, a lot of people know Rose McGowan as the fourth of the three sisters on Charmed. That makes sense if you watch the show. Anyway, Twitter suspended her account this week because she spoke out about Harvey Weinstein's sexual assault escapades. Now, I'm not sure I understand this, because there's this other guy who has been threatening networks for making things up, which they didn't, and he's been charged with the rape of a 15-year-old girl, and he jokes about it. He promotes racial hatred by supporting the KKK in Charlottesville, and lately he's been threatening World War III. But nothing has been done to his account, and yes, I am referring to number 45, the guy with the bad toupee, Donald J. Trump. It's not okay for Rose McGowan to say, hey, Harvey Weinstein did some really horrible things, but it is okay for Donald Trump to divide the country and start a war on Twitter. What I'm going to recommend here is the boycotting of Twitter, because that is just asinine. If you agree or disagree with not just that, but anything on the show, contact me through the website, thefwotshow.com, or you can email me at rob@thefwotshow.com, and follow the show on Facebook. And you know what? I don't care if you follow it on Twitter. I'm not going to delete the account. I'm just not going to use it. I'll check it occasionally and see if any of you have said anything to me. That's fine. Follow me on Facebook. It works much better that way. But while you're on the website, subscribe to the show, through iTunes or the Google Play Store or whatever. Read the articles. There's some articles up there that are good. I like the one on the tire. That'll make sense when you see it and you'll go, that's a tire? Yeah, it's a tire. Who knew? And while you're there, also go ahead and check out the FWOT Shop, where you can get t-shirts and hats that all go to support the Coil Entertainment Network. Because, I could use the money, and who doesn't need a new hat or a t-shirt or something, right? There we go. So until next time, I want all of you to be very safe out there, because it really is getting worse.